whatever makes you feel like you can actually get away with deceit? What makes you think that you can get away with cheating? What makes you think that you can always say I'm sorry and then everything is forgotten? Hi, good evening, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, it's your girl Irene, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be, ranting. So whatever makes men think that they can get away with lying, cheating, and flirting, they think that they are the boss, so they can always do whatever they want to do and get away with it. See, this message is actually for the brother and sister smart people, Mr. and Mrs. Smartness, that feel like they can do anything and outsmart everybody and get away with it. So if you want to enjoy this video, please continue watching. So for those brothers and sisters smarts, who are experts when it comes to lying, when it comes to cheating, and when it comes to flirting, they believe that they can actually lie their way all through anything, any situation. They can lie and get scot free. So those people who think that they are very smart, they can lie, they can outsmart their spouse or whoever they're in a relationship with. They can actually outsmart them and get away with virtually everything. They can do everything, and get away with it. So whatever makes you feel like you can actually get away with deceit? What makes you think that you can get away with cheating? What makes you think that you can always say I'm sorry and then everything is forgotten? Sorry guys, it doesn't work that way. The truth is, you see, even if you bury truth, see, if you dig ground now and bury the truth in it, leave it, let it stay for 100 years, 200 years, 1,000 years, who knows? One day that truth must surely suffice, and everyone is going to see, yay, see what really the truth is. Let me give you an example. Let me just tell you a short story. You see, truth will always prevail. Okay? It's about a king in the Bible. I'm sure most of us here are Christians. About a king in the Bible. His name was David. We all know David now. David is a very big and popular king, powerful king. He committed adultery with a married woman. And not only did he commit adultery, he invited this woman's husband to his palace and gave him drink, wine, maya. Gave him enough, in fact, more than enough to get him drunk, and then asked him to go to his wife. You know the reason behind that? So that he's going to go to his wife and probably sleep with his wife, so that his wife can say, yeah, you came back from the war and got me pregnant. But this man, a God-fearing man, he said, it is unthinkable on my part that the Israelite warriors are in the battlefield fighting, and then me will now go back home to my wife. No, it is unthinkable on my part to do that. So he refused going back home. He actually stayed at the palace until David saw that he wasn't going to his wife. So David said, okay, no problem. David wrote something on a piece of paper and gave him to give to the chief warrior in the battlefield. And not like in today's world where kings are not much respected, but during those times, kings were very much respected. So he took this piece of paper and went and handed it over to the chief warrior. What happened later? He died in the battlefield. You know what was in that letter? King David wrote and told the chief warrior to put Uriah, the husband of the woman who he has been committing adultery with, to put him in the war front. Let me give you a brief example of what war front looks like. You see, just like a football match, the war front could be likened to football match, or football field. You know, when it comes to football, there are strikers, there are middle fielders, and there are backmen. So the strikers are people that are actually trained to stay, in the forefront of the field. Okay, so they are the ones that usually give the goals that we all, hey, go. So there are middlemen. These middlemen, their job is actually, to not let the ball pass them, and go backwards to where their post is. So their point is to, keep passing it to the strikers, so the strikers could take it to these other people's posts. And there are backmen. These backmen are to make sure that the ball doesn't get into the goalpost. They are supposed to protect the goalpost. Then of course, the goalkeeper. So let's assume that Uriah probably must have been a backman or a middle fielder when it comes to the war. There are people who are trained to be the war strikers, people that are in the forefront of the war. You see them in front. And there are people who are in the middle, and there are people who are at the back, the archers, people that will be, So let's just assume that Uriah was a backman. He doesn't know anything about being a striker, being in the forefront of the war. But David now gave the order that they should place him there, because he knew that there's no way he was going to survive, being that he wasn't trained for that kind of fight. So they placed Uriah in the forefront of the war. What happened? Uriah died, and David thought he was smart. Oh, that's smartness. What happened later? He got married to Uriah's wife and brought him over. Then what happened next? He thought that everything has been covered. Nobody knows. Who is dead? Nobody knows. Nobody saw anything that happened. That was it. He thought he was very, very smart. Until the prophet of the living God came to him and gave him an illustration, telling him, there's this particular man, he has a huge number of cattle, sheep, livestock. And there's this particular man that only has one livestock, just one. And this man that has numerous livestock went and collected this one that has just one livestock by force and killed the owner of this livestock and collected that livestock and added to his own livestock. David was like, what? How dare that man? What type of anuku is that? What type of jealousy? What kind of man is that? How can a man do that kind of a thing to a fellow man? The prophet said, it is you. Excuse me, David must have said. Because he thought he has smartly covered everything that nobody's going to know. Then what happened? The prophet told him everything. One good thing that David did? He accepted. He agreed. And he told the truth. Did he end there? I mean, he has told the truth now. He didn't lie. A lot of people say, what's come to us? I tell the truth now. Is that just it? Just saying the truth? You think that's a view? Let me just you more. Yeah, God forgave David. But the punishment of his sin has to come through. Because a lot of people think that, yes, when I ask for forgiveness and God has forgiven me, that's all, everything will be wiped. No, brother, sister, it doesn't work that way. You see, whatever it is that you do today, whether good or bad, the consequences of whatever action that you take today, whatever thing that you do today, must surely come back to you. Let's assume, Bible says, do not commit adultery, do not commit fornication, and we think that is restricting us. We think that the Bible God is restricting us, and man must live not by bread alone now. and then you go and commit fornication or adultery, whichever one, and then you catch HIV/AIDS, and then you come and beg God, God, I'm so sorry, God, I'm very, very sorry, and please, I'm repentant, I've repented of my sins, I will not, make sure I will not do this again. And God looks at you and see through your repentance, and then he forgives you. Do you think the earth will vanish? My sister, that earth, my brother, you see that earth, it will not vanish. It will not vanish. You are going to suffer for it, because it's the consequences of your what? Of your actions. So that is what happened to David. Yes, God forgave him, but he bared the consequences of it. And do you know what the consequences of his actions were? Yeah. Go and do your research. I'm not going to tell you that, but the consequences of his action brought him grief, brought him, bad thing. But did he give up? Did he say, no, God, after all, I repented, I told the truth, I did anything, and late you still punished me? No, that's the punishment of his sin, of his actions. So all those brothers and sisters smart that think that they are very good at lying, very good at cheating, very good at deceit, that they can do whatever they want to do and get scot-free. And sorry, you're not getting scot-free. You are going to bear the consequences of your actions. You're going to carry the consequences of your actions. Okay? On your head. Not on innocent children's head. On your own head. So, that is my message for you all. So people who think they're committing gross sin and then saying sorry later, sorry. It did not end there. There are still other things involved. You must bear the consequences of your own actions. So guys, that's my humble advice to y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to this point, please, the essence of these videos, watch to the end. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, and don't forget to share this video so we can help a lot of people know that there are consequences there are consequences of whatever action that they choose for themselves. So if you think you're being very smart at deceit, at cheating, you can cheat anyhow, and then go scot-free with it. Sorry, about that question. You have to pay for the consequences of your actions. Thank you guys so much. I love you all.